Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Without further ado,
we're seeing as well, this is something that I think Lucid has really struggled with, we talked about a lot, is the extra level of scrutiny that you're going to be under. As
that was a dangerous one there from Faker, but Owner is going to be here. Killer Instinct going to be thrown out, and that is Owner just picking up the kill. Good bait to come through there, and Showmaker really wanted it. And the kill.
Else that maybe that works, but not the first time we've seen Lucid not be on the same page of the rest of his team. As Kellen.
Yeah, can he find the Bone Skewer is the question. He decides instead to throw Showmaker back. The arrow is going to be picked up, and there is the kill. Owner comes on in and takes down the Akali, but Faker does burn down as well, so Dplus are on the board, but I think that T1 are on the board once again, unless Kellen can get himself out, and it looks like he should be able to do so. Gives them really finding the most of the benefit. Is aiming down to 50%. This could be diveable. They have Fate's Call, remember.
So just waiting. Oh, gotta hit that one. Not gonna be the case, and no real opportunity is aiming! Okay. Well, there's still some opportunities for DK. I don't think this one is done just yet.
Oh, Carrier could be in a lot of trouble here. Another ult does go basically nowhere. The arrow is going to fly through, though, as Lucid gets himself a permafrost, but he's still tanking the turret. Faker is going to be taken down first, though, and Lucid, another couple of autos need to be there, but the volley is blocked. And now Showmaker looks for it, doesn't find the backflip shuriken, and Carrier will stay alive. Kellen not so lucky.
Even in that one, I guess, as we go back to the previous one, and they are lucky that they're even able to get the kill with the Ignite there, right? Because it would have been a worst case scenario if another kill goes over. And I really have to commend this play is just a rousing success as Kellen.
Yeah, Kellen is very dead. We could probably surmise what happened there. Kellen was trying to do vision thing.
Out very safely. Dragon is about to come up here, and DK really were looking for this trap.
Yeah, Arrow is going to snag Kellen there, and he's just dead. Just no chance. And he almost got himself out of the way, but Enchanted Crystal Arrow hitbox has been a thing.
Targets on the enemy team. If you can get past the front line.
Aiming. Gonna have to flash, and does also have to cleanse because the arrow still clips him. And Kellen now going to be at the mercy of Carrier as well. Gumayushi catches up to, oh my goodness, just Pierce Rend, and he's dead. And yeah, Carrier will now shut them out of their own night here. Wow.
That is, yeah, I mean, you're a Fed Kalista. The enemy tank is not in the best of places at the moment.
And also, like, their engage is the Glacial Prison.
It is.
And you just avoid that as Empress Divide is going to throw Lucid underneath this turret. Carrier just free firing, but they do manage to take down Faker, and there's the double for Carrier as well. Zeus now looking for this, does find the third Q, and aiming. Gonna miss another ultimate. It is, and Zeus is running real quickly.
It's a 1v2!
It is. And Aiming's now melee range with a Kasante, and now he's dead. Kingen is now Mini-Nar as well. Able to get out of the way of a few of these Qs, though, and Zeus is gonna get flashed on. There it is, the boomerang to the back of the head. That was very close to a 2-for-9.
Well as the Fate's Call, but I don't think that alone will be enough to dissuade T1. They do still have a lot of the other team fight ultimates available.
Oh, Arrow gonna connect once again as Faker just scoops in the Pyke, who's dead mid-push over the wall.
Kingen has Meganar, like, it's now or never for DK, but...
Oh no, Lucid has to Arctic Assault himself out of this. There's gonna be no smite in the pit, and Kingen's Meganar is running out. You can see low health bar here onto Owner, but it's still just ticking down, and Carrier is just pushing the jungler away. He's gonna solo him! And now Steadfast Presence means you're not making it out of this one. Zeus going to pull the Nara around. And Showmaker, can you be the hero is the question. Looking to get over the wall, but he's not going to get there. Owner just being Poppy and avoiding death as Carrier says he's the 80 carry now as he takes down Aiming. Another solo kill. He's 7-0-5. Because he's just taking poke damage here from Faker. The flash in, Faker, Empress Divide onto 3, and he's going to be absolutely fine. Owner finds a double knock up. The arrow sails by majestically, and Kellen is off on the side. He's not going to be able to stop this Nexus turret from going down, and not going to be able to do anything about this Nexus that's also about to explode. Aiming, going to die once again, and T1 will celebrate just before they finish the task. And that one did not quite work out there for Dplus.
And then you have a topside matchup that I expect you'll be winning as well. So a lot has to come from Showmaker here trying to find the early prio and maybe utilize that. Maybe that can be used to get...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Owner's looking to
I was about
wrap
to say,
around.
like,
That's
I imagine you just clear, yeah.
Well, you can see we're looking for a little bit of a knock-up already. The Ignite is down as Aiming looks for the Q. The flash forward, and Kellen grabs first blood in the bottom lane. They took last game personally.
And the cannon wave, so Showmaker is going to have to pay for this. And they're not actually able to get a kill there. Area.
Yeah, Grand Entrance coming in. Another Ignite is down as well, but only one feather does pass through. Battle Dance going to have to be utilized here by Kellen. Uses the second charge as well as Aiming just taking shot after shot. The flash is late, but it's still going to be enough there as the Magnet Storm does pull back the Rakan. But Lucid looking for his opportunity. The flash forward doesn't work there from Kellen. The carrier not going to go aggressive. There is the Mantra and Cuba. Gumayushi sidesteps it. It's not going to be enough to keep him alive. And now Carrier, I think, knows his fate. Looks for the tongue lash to try and find a cheeky little kill, but Showmaker might be gifted too. Aiming actually going to be the one that collects that as Faker continues to mow down the minions.
Overeager gets punished, and that'll be the second Drake going over to T1.
Unless its teleport is going to come in. There is the teleport, but this Drake is just going to go. Can they find a team fight on the back end, though, is the question. Mantra Q does a fair bit of work here as Showmaker looking to make his way over. Magnet Storm is the engage on top of him. The Shockwave is fantastic, but not enough damage. And the rail's going to go down all out onto Carrier as Kingen looks to catch up to him, but it does not work. Dissonance movement speed's going to be there. And Zeus, he's parked in the top lane. He's going to grab first turret blood.
His team got the mid lane turret, and he didn't even have to invest a summoner. Okay, now he should be dead.
Or at least have to flash, right? Well, he does. Yeah, there was a Vi there this time around. So cease and desist. Cease and desist, making us look a bit silly. So
Finally punished.
Yeah, there we go. Will
Yeah.
be taken down. Absolutely loves any opportunity he gets to hop onto the Xayah. Same thing can be said for Kellen and his Rakan as he goes in once again. They're looking for Owner, who will get charmed by the quickness, and he looks to be going down. There we go. Lucid locks down that kill. Now Carrier going to be slowed up and is going to have to flash to get himself out of the way. Faker once again hitting turrets. Every time there's a fight, I feel like they're taking soming on. Going to hit it
Going to get another
until they convince him not to. So Soul Point not going to be picked up by T1. They will break an inhibitor turret. They might also take down Carrier. That would certainly be a good thing here for Dplus, but it's the grander problem is your base is dying. That is grub value right there.
6 grubs!
Yeah. High as Lucid lying in wait, off on the side, wanting to stop an Aatrox flank angle potentially. Now they're looking for Faker. Shockwave is just used on top of his head. Bit of a mistake there from the GOAT as Carrier devours him. And he's not going to be punished too much for that one as Zeus slinks
the
into
Aatrox.
the brush. Oh my goodness, they get the ward down. The World Ender comes in and now the Feather Storm is there for Aiming. That'll keep him safe for now as Owner is getting so low and Lucid dives on top of the Aatrox, but it's not going to be enough to stop him ripping them to shreds. They get the knock-up, but is it going to be enough? The answer's no. He is just too big. And Owner able to jump in on top. It's a double kill for Faker as well, and somehow it's a clean ace.
There won't be any opportunity for DK to really do anything against this. And this starts off so well, right? Because as mentioned, there is no change for Guma. Faker isn't able to actually, or rather ults himself, so doesn't actually get anything going. Then Carrier devours him, sure, but it looks like there should still be an opportunity. And they know, they have a suspicion that Zeus is there, and it just doesn't matter, right? Like they try to focus down this Aatrox. Luce doesn't hit the Q, but ults follows up with the ult immediately, but it just isn't enough. As the moment Aatrox starts resetting, you're just not ever gonna win that team fight. The backline of T1 is completely safe amidst all this. Aiming also doesn't actually get the perfect cooldown, right? Like you're looking ideally to really shred for the entire enemy team. But wasn't really an angle there, and you can see, like, what do you do?
Yep, no translation needed for that one. That was not exactly what Dplus were aiming for. Top lane and grab another one there. Possibly a flank angle coming in here from Kellen as there's the quickness. The Devour comes out immediately. Faker in relative safety. There's the Shockwave as well. They're trying to keep themselves alive, and it's a good redemption as Owner will be punished. So Dplus, they invest a whole lot of their health.
And bringing us to that third game is Lucid.
Yep, look at the angle here. Doesn't have cease and desist available. Will be able to find the Vault Breaker into Faker. Goes golden once again. Knock up not going to work out there for Kellen as Carrier just walks at him menacingly. And okay, Kingen, can you make this one happen? They managed to take down the Tahm Kench. Zeus Once again, he gets himself into the fight, Aiming taking all of the damage in the universe. But the Kasante's doing some Kasante things. Faker able to take him down in the end. But look at this. The world does seem to be ending here as Showmaker tries to put him on a leash. It's not quite working. At least he's able to slow him down. As the Inner Flame comes out once again, and Zeus does need to be careful, so he will back away.
And that's as good as you're going to get. DK actually
might have some opportunities to get something done.
Yeah, the only downside is that Showmaker, by making these plays for his team, has actually been behind his Faker.
Okay, they're going for the angle here. His quickness into the backline. Kellen just taking so many arrows, and Gumayusi's going to lock that one down. Ona getting himself in there as Kerry gets a knock up onto Aiming. Good feather pull, but Kerry is just keeping him out of the fight. Lucid now trying to be a frontline for him as they dive on in. Kerry gets a double knock up, and the flashes are now raining in, but they've lost the Xayah, and that means they've lost the fight. Carrier looks like a solo laner, and he also thinks like one as well as he looks for the 1v1 against the low health Kingin. Kingin is the Kasante, right? So he's feeling okay about it. Zeus gonna have to come on over and finish the job, but it is going to work out. Ocean Soul gonna be gifted to T1, and that may have just been the metaphorical straw.
Everything's a subscription model nowadays.
These days, subscription models. Anyway, Dplus is going to try to convince Ona to leave the area, but instead they are opting in for this kill onto the Aatrox. He does just pop like a balloon. That's what happens when you can't push your buttons. T1 are just going to destroy this bottom inhibitor turret. DK going to look to try and back, and they got an Aatrox once again.
4-2-0 here, putting them in first place.
Yeah, there's the grand entrance. They're going to be able to find a little bit of flipperoonie onto Faker here, who does manage to Zhonya's. There's the Devour, though. And Aiming trying to just keep Zeus at arm's length. He might be able to do so as he dashes away and not going to quite work out there. T1 still have some Nexus turrets to deal with. Maybe the Eulogy started a little early there, Atlas.
Hold up.
Well, this inhibitor's going to go down, so it's 3 inhibs. So maybe the Eulogy just needs to be extended a little bit longer.
Be coming in.
Yeah, Teleport is going to bring Faker back in once again. Featherstorm going to come down as Kerry just standing on top of him. There goes Kellen. And Gumayusi, he's still alive. He's still got full health as Aiming is just going to get CC'd and destroyed. There's the double. Showmaker's up, but he's going to miss the Q, and the Wrath of the Dragon comes out of Faker. They will be able to take down the Nexus. T1 2-0. Against Dplus, and they will claim first place in the LCK.
Feel that eventually this death blow is going to hit critical mass. You're not going to be able to chew through the front line. You're not going to be able to chew through either this Sejuani or this Nautilus. Hell, you might not even get through the lethality Aatrox. We've all seen that. This is why taking an early game composition with an Akali into Orianna might not really...
Answer for you, Chronicler. I don't really know. Because he's down 30 CS here at 8 minutes, and that is not looking like it's improving, as Delight now taking a lot of damage. Samva pushing him away from this one. There's a flash, does get the E off, but Control Ward goes down. Depth Charge is going to be used, and the Fire Kick comes out, and Samva's going to be able to grab first blood. Oh. Viper comes in, will find a snare, and there is Peanut. Does manage to get the ulti out of Polo. That's high value for Hanwha Life, but nice little ward.
Go for it.
Yeah, Peanut going to be taking the grubs. Picking up the rest of them here. He's already collected one for himself, but there's his second, and now he's going to get engaged on here by this Lee Sin. Mini stun into the wall there with the kick as Dawning Shadow. He's going to look to turn the health bars around. Zeka holds onto the shockwave as now Morgan goes all out, but Doran, he just flashes the wall. Oh, the perfect execution, not quite enough to execute the Aatrox. And Karis finds himself on the wrong side of the rift. 5-point strike not going to work out. The Winter's Wrath connects, and the clockwork has been wound up. Meanwhile, Viper is burning down. But here is Delight, and he's the one with all of the money. Misses a dredge line, and that's going to say helping Hanwha Life Esports out quite a bit. And they're trying not to get collapsed on as the Akali's looking for an opportunity. In comes Gideon, but he's not able to find the kick flash opportunity there as Zeka gets into the brush. Karis diving on top of him. Dawning Shadow trying to help out, and Zeka is going to be cornered, but now Doran makes his way in. The depth charge is massive. And now Morgan is trying to Kasante them, but the Aatrox is in melee range, and that means you are not winning the team fight. Samva and Polu just trying to run away as best they can. Oh, no. And Doran is going to cut them off. The hook is going to land. The fire kick is going to be there. And now Doran, with all of his lethality, should be able to find another auto, but he will die. So there is that.
Samva gold lead now. Is Dragon going to go over as well? 2 Drake lead.
As As the rest of Bro looking to try and consolidate. Zekka's the one piloting the Rift Herald this time around, as the hook is going to be mitigated here, as Morgan actually going in. Not sure about that one. He's taking a lot of damage, gets knocked up as well as Karis looks for the back line, and Doran is just running amok. He will be taken out here, and there is the kick finally utilized. Zekka is going to break his arm guard, but will he still fall down? The shockwave is gigantic, and there goes Karis as well. He manages to turn it on a dime in the air.
Straight up front to back, you should always come out on top. Did see though there somewhere topping the damage charts. That's our challenger boy, Atlas.
Absolutely nailing it here. And we need to look for the poke. Is live. Samba taking a bit of damage there, but should be all right. Good knock up there from Doran, but Safeguard gets Gideon out to safety. And now ulti flies to Narnia here, but I don't think that's really going to matter. He's been unable to walk away from Doran. Karis gets into the backline, but it's Delight sort of going in by himself with Viper behind him. And now Morgan, he's tanky, but he's not that tanky. The rest of Pro are going to be running for the hills. And
keep away the rest of BRION.
Yeah.
Because, well, it's Farm Nautilus, and he's not dying. Fights is always a pleasure to watch. Not without its fault. We saw the early laning, oopsie. And if you're wondering why we're not talking about what's happening in the game, because I think from this point on, you were right, Atlas. I think we're looking at next game.
It is a little...
And Viper's nowhere near him.
God, this is so linear. It's when you see a linear goal graph that you know... I don't mess it up in Korean, which is weird. I only mess it up in English.
Really?
Yeah. And have my whole life.
It's been getting better, right? You've been putting a lot of work into that.
It's not great. I had a fun joke about triangles that I was going to say, but it's over. Bro, you're going to have to watch their inner turret fall down. And with Baron, with double buffs, with everything, it looks like Hanwha Esports are just looking to break open the base, try and finish them off here in game number 1. Karis on a decent flank angle as Samba gets over the wall. Doran taking a little bit here, as the culling is going to be utilized as well. Delight almost takes a damage.
Like, I'm a big Leandris enjoyer, but if you go with Leandris on the Kali, don't pick a Kali!
That's not quite it, as, oh dear, there goes the Cassante. And they tried to get the ulti off as Doran's flashing in after his humble dash. Samba still has to be respected though. That was a lot of damage. The Q lands from Gideon, and he's Samba and Polo, not really the problem. And I think there are a few hiccups when it comes to drafting and things like that in this particular game, as good mitigation of the dredge line there by Morgan. It's not going to stop their inhibitor from going down, but at least they have the top lane inhibitor, Chronicler. That's what they have.
Might not have a Nexus though.
Yeah, no, that is the biggest problem. But I'm still going to say, at least they had a top lane inhibitor. Siege is now on. They throw out the ulti here from Polu, not necessarily give them a lot of value, as Samba is also going to be the only one. Shockwave. Depth charge coming in as well, and Bro, they're still alive. A lot of cooldowns have been taken down, but does Doran care? Looks like he doesn't at all. Dredgeline's coming in, and the Bash Bros of Delight and Doran are just moving forward like a freight train and hurting about as much. The culling not really doing too much at all, and this team is too tanky.
They're taking no damage!
It's ridiculous! Isn't there a turret there? It's supposed to be hurting them! In goes Gideon, but he's mitigated instantly by a fantastic Arctic Assault, and now it's Karis' turn to dive into that backline. He's in a shroud, but he's still taking a lot of damage. Oh! They can kill the Nautilus! He does go down, and Karis looks for an opportunity once again. Peanut says nope, and just bonks him with his skull. And that is going to be the end of the game. Nexus falls down, Hanwha Esports very comfortably. It's kind of fun.
Finding it, so it provides another great follow-up, so that it's not just Akali and Sejuani going in alone. It was.
Indeed. Gideon's going to walk over a ward here as Peanut is going to lie in wait. Oh no. And it's a bit of a mounted battle, a joust, if you will, as Zekka is going to move into the river. If he gets this kill, this could be just lights out, as the Crashdown not going to do anything at all. Into the Shroud now as the flash does come through. Zekka's in trouble though, as he's going to have to walk this one out. Finds a backflip. There's the flash. As now Samba gets over the wall, finds that hail of arrows, and once again picks up first blood. I don't know how that worked out there for Peanut, as he's now limping out with about 2 health. And Arctic Assault's going to get him to safety, but the damage has been done. And first, once again, is going to take himself a Void Bub and take a lot of damage for it as well. But he's going to stay on it, knows that the Drake has just been taken, so he's not under any threat. Now head back towards the lane.
Oh yeah, that could have been an opportunity for Morgan to try and builds parity because he is pretty substantially
taking this outer turret on the top side of the map, and that is a lot of punishment for just being jump scared at your Gromp.
And this really,
Hanwha Esports, they know as well.
they're getting this dragon.
Hextech Ultimatum does come down here as Morgan does have to flash.
Wait.
Does get himself out of immediate danger, but Zeka makes his way in, and that is going to be a kill. So, my wishes have been denied entirely as Doran gets himself out. Turret does a fair bit of work, but not too much as Samba trying to hold down the fort here. Finds the Chains of Corruption onto the center. Takes a lot of damage, but Delight has the Devour. So they're not going to suffer a death. So 1-1 now. Hanwha Esports will even out the kills. But Karis is going to be able to take the first turret for the Bros.
And it's not that bad a trade for BRION. Obviously,
They just may not be able to kill anyone. Because they're just so incredibly tanky.
he just stands.
He does, and he does, and then immediately flash out of it in order to survive. That is a lot of big cooldowns that they now have in their back pocket as Gideon and Morgan. I don't know about this one. As, all right, the ulti is going to be avoided. Now Polu comes in, Samba making his way through, and that hook was amazing.
TP!
To Viper, who gets pulled back, the teleports in from Karis, who's now able to do a whole bunch of work. Oh! Three-man shockwave! And Zeka, can he be enough? The answer is no. They've taken too much. He wants to press that button. They managed to get themselves
Keep him safe.
a red buff. Peanut. I mean, it's not about whether this Drake does go over, although it would be nice if they're able to pick it up as Polu goes down to 53 for about forever, but they still manage to lock it down. Doran is also absolutely dead, and now Morgan is just going to stand still. That was almost comical. He was like, I have the reset. Oh, dear. How much vision is available here as Morgan moving in. Doran goes for the engage. Peanut around from the side finds Gideon on the angle. There's a big shield, but still they go down. Samba's taken out of the fight though, and now Zeka is popping off. He manages to avoid the dredge line as well as he's just wrecking the back line. Morgan's trying to do the same thing, but Viper is keeping it at arm's length. And Peanut, he might actually fall. Never mind. Able to. What would it mean? Well, Morgan is going to have to Umbral Dash over the wall. That's not going to be enough to get him out of this Hextech Ultimatum, though, as Peanut just trying to keep him CC'd, and Zeka makes sure that they are going to win out on the fight. Doran gets on over, as Morgan's still able to dash away. Delight's here, though, and everyone is going to turn up to make sure that the Aatrox dies. Polu now has to flash away. And Hanwha Esports now with a 5 versus 4 situation. Micah dives on top of him here. If he can keep him busy, then there's an opportunity here for Hanwha Esports. Gideon now going to get snared. Shattering Strike onto Peanut. And Morgan tries to get in there, but he's going to get turned to ice immediately. And Zeka just executes Samba on the back line. Gideon is going to get permafrosted as well. Look at these health bars. 5-point strike from Zeka is going to finish off the Nautilus. And Morgan, he's not in this fight anymore either. Gideon has to run away, but I don't know whether he's going to be able to because Delight's there and he is much bigger than a lot of our other Tahm Kench's have been, and that is the ace for Hanwha Esports, but such a better go of it for Bro in this game, right, Chronicler?
Oh, that might sting.
Team. And Zeka lying in wait. Trollwolf goes down, they spot him on the flank.
Baron's pretty slow.
Yeah, as there's a flash from Polu, but still he's going to get hooked up. And into the backline goes Doran. Samba in a lot of trouble, but the GA is going to be popped, and then another backflip lands from Zeka. He cannot miss on this champion. That's why he has a skin for it, I guess. Morgan now trying to pop off, but the CC is too high. It's the permafrost and the triple kill from downtown as Zeka puts a last nail in it. Hanwha Esports, it will be another 2-0 for them here in the LCK, but Bro in game 2, he made them work for it.
And that's more than we could have expected coming into the day, Atlas. It might not be enough, but it looks like new life has been breathed into this BRION roster, but
at least a new bot lane, that's all I'm saying. I look at Samba and Polu and I'm thinking, there's something to work with now. There's something to work with for Bro. Not this game, not this series. This one's over. The Nexus is going to be taken down immediately after.
These were some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.